ロッキー山脈、アメリカ、コロラド州。出発空港ですでに標高6500フィート、2000メートル。コロラドフォーテナーズ。フォーテナーズは14、14000フィート、4000メートルとなるのですが、4000メートル級の山が53あるそうです。では、コロラド州がどこかというと、日本人的には、ど真ん中でいいと思います。出発空港の、イーグルカウンティリージョナルエアポート。地域空港にしては、利用客数も多く、ターミナルも新しいようです。目的地のテルユライドリージョナルエアポートは、なんと9000フィート、2700メートルの標高です。それでは、無解説無編集の動画になりますが、どうぞ。
Yes, it's a little bit annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm using a separate laptop for Discord, so it's sort of not easy.
It's good to see the tooltips gone.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't notice that. Yeah, it's great.
Oh, you have to turn them off. You have to turn them off. But the nice thing is that you can, and it's great without them.
I haven't had a lot of chance to get this flying with this one. It kept crashing the desktop after the update yesterday. It's taken about 6-7 goes to get it going again.
One disappointment is that they now give you the option to select metric or hybrid, and sure enough, when you go in and you set your fuel up in the plane, all your fuel is in whatever you select, so that's great. But the Q&H, unfortunately, is still Imperial, so that was disappointing.
Yeah, right. I'm quite amazed at the performance of this flight. Since I'm just still on my original 1080 card, and I'm running in high at 4K, and it's as smooth as butter.
Yeah, I've got since the 2080 card, 2080 Ti. That's it's just given me a whole boost across all my sims. But I'm running I'm running high, and there's just a few that have been automatically set to ultra. But so I've got.
Yeah, no, same here. It must be very well optimized. But I think I'm just going to probably wait now until they bring out this in DX12, so that it's using the ray tracing, and then I'll probably upgrade.
I think the main advantage in getting a better graphics card now is setting the level of detail radius.
Well, mine's still set to 100, which is the default, and in the early days when I was testing, particularly flying out in the outback, to Ayers Rock, it was extremely clear what that level of radius was. It was like a circle around you, and you could see the definite definition between what was drawn and what wasn't drawn. But these days, I rarely see that anymore, and it's still on 100.
Have you tried cleaning your monitor?
It's a brand new one.
I'm just having a go at you, it's alright.
Landing gear.
What sort of what monitor did you get for?
Oh, it's not brand new. It's I bought it when I bought the computer about 4.5 years ago, but it only supports HDMI, and my last graphics card needed the HDMI for the Oculus Rift, which meant I had to use a different display port to display to be able to look on a monitor, and which means I had to pack this thing away because it only has one port really, so it's been sitting in a box for nearly 4 years, and I only just pulled it out when I got this this new graphics card. So I'm sort of now enjoying a nice big 32-inch monitor, which is nice.
Cool. Are we landing at Aspen, are we?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Kilo Alpha Sierra Echo.
By the way, they also upgraded the TAA anti-aliasing, or whatever it is. And I've just noticed that everything looks a bit sharper for me.
Yeah, that's what I'm noticing at the moment. It looks way sharper.
Yeah, I can detect, particularly the trees. You can notice the sharpness in the trees, but the definition-wise. But one thing that still plagues me, particularly in the Cirrus, is the shadows, the pixelation in the shadows.
There are some real naysayers out amongst the forums at the moment, putting shit on this sim. Mainly the P3D love childs.
Jealousy.
Well, we're having a ball, what can we say?
They seem to forget how long it took. I remember P3D in the early days. It took forever to get jets working properly, and even things like, hey, guess what, guys? We've got cloud shadows now. Oh yeah. No, like it all came in very slowly over a period of about 3 or 4 years.
Exactly, that's right. Yeah, and I mean, sorry, I lost my train of thought.
It's that damn push to talk button that does it to me too. Trying to do two things at one, push and talk. I can either push or I can talk. I can't do both.
Can we get this push to talk changed at all for another flight? Rog.
Landing gear, landing gear, landing gear.
Just for your information, I've got the next Japanese
Landing gear.
flight all organised.
Landing gear.
It looks quite interesting actually. We get to visit a temple.
Landing gear, landing gear.
Sounds good, mate. You're doing a great job.
Definitely.
What setting have you got, Ken? Try crisp and cool. Looks very nice. Or cool and crisp.
I just put autumn sun on. Oh man, it looks great.
Is that with the weather mod?
Yeah, it's if you downloaded the SoFly presets, it's got some beautiful presets. And autumn sun looks just the sky looks, and everything's just full of atmosphere. It's beautiful.
I'll have to try that.
I'm not convinced that that the weather has been improved terribly great. We've had a lot of rain.
Oh man.
You gonna do a land at Aspen?
What's that? Orlando to Aspen?
Anyone gonna land at Aspen?
Yeah, I'm landing somewhere now anyway.
What's the carrier code for Aspen?
I can do some Google work because I'm not even in game. Give me a second.
KASE, I hope.
I'm gonna guess Kilo Alpha Sierra Papa.
KASE.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got it now. Thanks. Yeah.
You're all case.
Okay. Steve Irwin was a good man, huh?
Crickets.
Hey, I'm down at Aspen.
I know, right? Like, I'm being serious. Even as an American, like, he was a good man.
More crickets.
Yeah, that's all this push to talk's the problem.
We changed
I
my button.
already know he's a good man.
Runway 15.
It's a pretty little airport. I hope I'm at the right one.
This might sound ridiculous, but years ago when Steve Irwin died, we went to Outback Steakhouse and we did an honorary dinner. More crickets, I guess.
So I'm pushing the wrong push to talk button.
It's because they're on the other side, it's upside down.
No, it's hard to fly, so they're hanging upside down. No, I thought I'd leave them off and get a bit of exercise, stretching my arms. Yeah, I'm watching you come in now, Ken.
I'm going to glue my push to talk button down. That'll shut them up.
Shut who up?
No, I'm just like they're trying to censor us, you know, like.
Right, no, honestly, half the time when people say that, it's just, I look in the channel, it's somebody that I've muted in the past.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing
Wait, so are you
gear.
guys like basically
Landing
all
gear.
Australian?
Landing gear.
No, I'm England.
It's kind of cool. I think Australians.
I'm a Scotsman, actually.
I think Australians are pretty cool. So
Well done, Ken. You had your gear down.
Ah, shit, I forgot.
to put your gear down, or you forgot what?
Forgot to leave it up.
I was waiting for the sparks.
You're some of the best minutes or like moments in flights.
It's got
So-
nice lighting with this autumn sky. Beautiful.
So what part of America are you from, American dude?
I'm from the East Coast, Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, good old Philly.
You been here?
Yes. Yeah,
Really?
quite a bit.
Good for you, man.
So have you voted?
Why?
Have you voted yet?
No, but I need to vote for Biden. Or is that?
I'll
is
second that.
Or
Hey,
is
you
that,
got my
or,
vote.
Stall.
And mine.
or is that the wrong vote? I think I have a few more days. I gotta mail it. What mother? I'm sorry.
Wolf Mother, like Wolf.
Wolf Mother? Okay, I'll check
Wolf
it out.
Mother, yeah. It's a revival rock band. It's basically one guy is a constant member and the others are usually changing, but he
Like, seriously, this is one of my favorite songs of all time. Do you guys have an airport code?
Yeah. Kilo Alpha Sierra Echo. Just taking off on there now.
Oh, cool. What kind of aircraft are you guys in? And that was Kilo Alpha Sierra Echo?
That's right. Aspen.
What kind of aircraft?
Varies, but I'm flying a Diamond DA-62.
Yeah, when I ask that question, I'm generally just asking for like the middle ground. So, okay,
Yep, that's pretty much the middle ground.
I'll try the DA-62. Is there a destination? Don't worry about it. I already-
Kilo Mike Tango Juliet.
I love the way you pronounce it. Kilo Mike. I need to work on my Australian accent. Kilo Mike. How is that? Is that terrible or?
It sounds like an American trying to sound like an Aussie. And we
It is.
we get
to-
enough
it
of that.
is to- it
We get
is to
enough of
be
that
fair-
shit in bloody
It
movies
is to be
where
fair. It is
they're
to
too
be
bloody
fair.
cheap to import a genuine Aussie for the parts, so they get some American to play it, and he stuffs it up.
I don't know why you made me laugh so hard. I'm crying.
You want to listen to the English accents from the Americans?
Okay, now I'm assuming that your guys' server is not East USA.
No, West USA or whatever.
West USA. Okay, thanks. Sorry, I hope I'm not being offensive. I don't know, having fun right now.
No, we're all thick-skinned, most of us.
Good. That's how I am. Alright, I'm here at the airfield. I see cinnamon. I see 12 something. I see word.
12 yapper.
Is that it? 12, are you like chilling in those trees or what? Alright, no big deal. Yeah. It's funny because I see a couple dudes that I know, like 4-2 Ranger, but he's muted. Sorry, I understand that I'm like the American that doesn't fit in. Sorry.
Everybody fits in here.
Cool.
We just don't talk as much as you, that's all.
I do talk a lot, and I apologize for that.
Also, we're not
So
used to having push-to-talk buttons, so it's all limiting our speech.
Oh, really? You guys are all like non-push to talk?
Yeah, we're normally pulled to talk.
Strictly a Vox man here.
Nah, I like you guys so far, though. You guys are cool.
Gear. Landing gear.
That's right. We're too
Landing
busy pulling, and we never get to talk.
Pull the other one.
Stop it.
Just magnificent scenery, isn't it? Looks fantastic. Comparing what used to be like in P3D.
In what? I'm sorry.
Pair
Our
3D,
previous-
the Lockheed Martin sim that was sort of took over from.
As in
FXX.
Papa 3 Delta, or?
Yeah, Prepare 3D by
I haven't
Lockheed
heard
Martin.
of that, surprisingly.
Not to mention X-Plane.
It's cool, though. I'll have to check that out.
Landing gear.
My cousin works
Landing
for
gear.
Lockheed.
Landing gear.
The township that
Landing
I'm
gear.
from
Landing
originally is
gear.
like a very,
Landing gear.
very
Landing
serious
gear.
Lockheed
Landing gear.
like center, basically. From a military standpoint, us Americans and Australians get along pretty well, right?
Well, we've never actually attacked each other yet.
Well, that's not what I mean.
There's still time.
I just
That's
mean
right.
I just I just mean in terms of like exchanging military technology and stuff like that.
That's right, except
Well,
our
I-
stupid government bought French submarines instead of American ones. That's the only stupidity.
And
What
we're
was
not
it?
sh-
Wait, say
we're
that
not-
again. Say that again about submarines. I'm sorry, I didn't.
Our stupid
Landing
government's
gear.
wasting
Landing
$60
gear.
billion on building French submarines, diesel ones, which
Is
that's
that
an
true?
idiotic thing. you've
I
ever
don't
heard.
know enough about it. So
Yeah,
it's,
that's true.
okay. There's not. I mean, there's not a lot wrong with
Landing
submarine or diesel
Landing gear.
submarines, but
Landing gear.
I don't know.
Landing
Yeah, I
gear.
guess in my opinion, America kind of leads the world in terms of nuclear submarines.
Yeah, well, torpedoes are better than boomerangs, I guess.
Yeah,
Depends-
boomerangs are hard.
you
Boomerangs don't-
you
they don't
guys
go
are
underwater.
hilarious, but I guess it depends on what you're attacking. No, I think you guys, you know, Australians in general, and Americans, I'm pretty sure we get along pretty goddamn well, you know, generally.
It's just those Trump voters that I have trouble with. I'm sorry. I can't
No,
work them out.
it's not. There's nothing wrong with that. I have trouble with them too. Blank Odyssey, what is your name in the server? Because I know we've played together. Blank Odyssey.
Tasman, is it?
Is that you? Or
Yeah, that's me, Tasman. If
okay.
it's me you're referring to.
yeah, well, if you're Blank Odyssey in game, yeah, we were playing together last night.
No. But I'm thinking, did you fly with us last week? I was talking to a couple of Americans last week, at the end of the
No,
flight?
I'm pretty sure it was
Well,
like last night or night before.
That's the trouble. We're a bit like
I mean, I've seen you
Chinese.
before
We all
that.
sound the same, you know.
You Australians?
We're landing at Montrose.
No, I'm not Australian. I'm British, bitch.
Nobody asked. I'm down.
We're landing at Montrose, Kilo Mike Tango Juliet.
Have a great day, Australian.
Landing gear. 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 Landing gear.
Where are you, Was?
No, I'm dragging the field. A few troubles with the sim, but I'm doing 150 knots now, so just trailing behind you.
I've only just left Aspen now, myself.
Oh, have you? Okay, well, you're behind me then.
Flying over some lovely snow-covered peaks.
Oh, about
Gee,
20
looks nice.
miles, 20 miles down the road, that's all. Yeah, it's all very nice, isn't it?
Oh, it's beautiful. That's one of the strengths of this. I mean, it had to happen. Eventually, someone was going to realise that people want to fly over real scenery. We don't want to fly over land-class tiles, you know. And I don't think this is the end of the saga. I think Google might have something planned. I can't see them letting Microsoft get away with all the glory somehow.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, I accidentally left the channel. Did anybody accidentally mute 4-2 Ranger? Because he's a really cool dude, and like, nobody?
I've been given privilege to mute people, but I haven't muted anybody.
Yo, he just gave me a private call, and we're just looking. He's a good dude of mine, and like, he's also lives in Australia, so I'm just looking to make sure that like nobody accidentally muted 4-2 Ranger. Again, he's a really cool dude. I believe so, yes. Alright, let me give him another private call, but he has himself muted. I wonder if maybe he's a little confused. Let me give him a call back.
Just had that weird effect happen again when I hit the autopilot. It sent me to a nosedive.
Yeah, weird things happen. I had in the Mooney McGearan flap was just coming down just whenever, just fly along and it would happen, but it's steady down, stopped doing it now, but it's quite annoying for a while. Little odds things like that happen.
These are some of the best looking mountains I've seen for a
Yeah,
long
the
time.
whole
They're
of all of America is really well. Like I was doing a lot of flying in Idaho, and I was surprised how good it was. The satellite image in America, I think, is at a higher standard.
It's very nice, isn't it?
So we are landing at Montrose, Paul?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I had problems. I got caught in a ravine and ended up stalling. I couldn't get over the ridge.
Yeah, I was wondering what happened to you. That explains it.
Should have stayed with the Baron.
This diamond's handling it nicely. Have there been any other great add-ons come out in the last couple of weeks? Because I haven't been keeping up with it.
The very best add-on you could do for yourself at the moment, a thing called Add-on Linker. It's freeware and it enables you basically to keep your community folder empty, and you select your region and it just links in whatever you need for that flight from outside.
Yeah, Add-on Linker.
Add-on Linker. I get 90-second loads all the time in my sim now since I've been using that.
Yeah, I downloaded it off that link, Greg, but it's I haven't installed it yet, so I must do it because it's a pain in the ass when I'm trying to test something and I've got to go through the
Landing
bloody
gear.
loading times.
Landing
You know?
gear.
It's a shocker.
Oh, exactly. You know, 90
Landing
seconds all the
gear.
time. That's what you'll
Landing
get.
gear. Landing
Hook up
gear.
to me on Discord and I'll
Landing
talk you
gear.
through the setup
Landing
because it's
gear.
a
Landing
little
gear.
complex.
Landing
Once you
gear.
get a handle on it, it
Landing
is
gear.
easy then, like everything
Landing
else.
gear.
Sounds good, mate. We might be able to get a PNG flight sometime tomorrow too, eh?
Landing
Sure.
gear.
Or over
Landing
the weekend,
gear.
depending
Landing
what you
gear.
guys are doing.
Landing gear.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
one of the guys is sending me a plan for PNG, so that's something I can integrate into our flights in the future.
Yep, that's me.
Landing gear.
I have.
Landing
I'll
gear.
link it to you after the
Landing gear.
event. I'll send it to
Landing
you
gear.
on Discord.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
No worries. I've sent you
Landing
my
gear.
personal
Landing
email
gear.
address just in
Landing
case
gear. Landing
it's
gear.
easier to send it,
Landing
you know,
gear.
via that.
Landing gear. Landing
Sure,
gear.
I will
Landing
put it
gear.
together. It's from
Landing
another
gear.
flight event,
Landing
and
gear.
I've flown it
Landing
2
gear.
times, and it's
Landing
great,
gear.
fun.
Landing
So
gear.
I'll send it over definitely.
Good on
That
you.
must-
Yeah, look forward to it.
Landing gear.
That must be
Landing
my mate
gear.
from Europe somewhere. I've forgotten where you came from, but I think you sent me an invite to join you
Yeah.
for a PNG flight. Yeah.
Yes,
Haven't
that's
had a
me.
chance. Yeah. Well, if we get a chance to do one this weekend, you want to join us?
Absolutely. I love that plan, and I've flown it a couple of times, so I know the quirks, and I love to fly it again. It's just that I'm from Hungary, so it's 11 a.m. here, so it's with the time zones it gets a
Landing
bit tricky
gear.
to organize anything.
Well, just give us a time frame of when it suits you, and we'll try and work in with that.
Well, this time usually my mornings are like this times
Landing
period is fine for me. For example, it's like 8 p.m. for you guys.
Landing gear.
Yeah. Except for the banana benders, it's an hour later, earlier for them.
Okay.
10 o'clock in the morning for me.
I tried to help one of you fellow Aussies in the offline, and I don't know what happened. He's gone. Do any of you guys know 42 Ranger? He's one of my brochachos. I really like him, but I don't know. Tried to help him with the microphone. Is push to talk required to be here?
That's the one.
Yeah, not
Oh my
normally,
god! Yeah, wait.
but
Are you alive?
I'm alive, dude.
Oh
Yeah.
my god! Did it work?
Yeah.
I'm starting to get worried.
Hey, I'm alive.
All
Let's
right, cool. It was that the trick though? Is doing push to talk? Or?
Yeah, bro.
Nice.
I just gotta hold a button down.
Yeah. Did you go with alt?
No, it was space.
Alt's usually
Landing gear. Landing gear.
yeah, space will work.
I'll
I
probably
guess.
change it. No, I'm gonna change that for sure.
Like I was telling you, alt's usually your best option, in my opinion.
Yes, I got these control panels and honeycomb yoke and a different throttle. I've got more buttons and bloody knobs than I can poke a stick at.
That's always a good thing, though, right? Did
Yeah, unless you double map something and then
yeah.
and then
No,
you can
because I was with some other people earlier, and they were having some issues with like maybe you could help them. Is when they would like pull up on the like on the stick or whatever, like when they pull the yoke out, what is that called? Pitch, I guess. They would get some fluttering, and we were all trying to help them.
Landing gear.
Help him
Landing
fix
gear.
it, and we
Landing
couldn't.
gear.
Have
Landing
you
gear.
experienced anything like
Landing
that?
gear. Landing
First thing
gear.
I do is check
Landing
the
gear.
sensitivity.
That's what I told him, because I did a
Landing
little bit
gear.
of Google research,
Landing gear.
and basically
Landing
it said
gear.
dial back your sensitivity by about 20 to 25%.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Are we
Landing
taking
gear.
off? Let's fucking
Landing
do it.
gear. Landing gear.
Let's go,
Landing
dude.
gear.
We're just
Landing
gonna send
gear.
it. Alright, let's go.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing
Okay,
gear.
so that seems to be the fix for it, because I'll let him know when he wakes up tomorrow.
Landing
Like
gear. Landing gear.
what I'm
Landing gear.
curious, like what
Landing
I'm
gear.
assuming this is
Landing
a negative
gear. Landing
sensitivity
gear.
on the pitch setting, right?
Gear. Landing gear. Landing.
Well, it can be on some
Landing
setups. So I'm
gear.
running about
Landing
minus 30 or
Landing
40,
gear.
up to minus 50 on some of them. So it depends on what your gear is.
All good information. Yeah, I mean, I'm running a 10-year-old joystick, so it's not a problem of mine. I just like to help my brothers, and I know he was having some serious issues where like it was basically fluttering when he would give it some elevation, you know.
Also check his speed, because if you're flying faster than the airplane's designed to fly, you will get oscillations that look like that.
Yeah, but it didn't seem to be that way. Like, I know exactly what you're talking about, but it didn't seem to be that
Landing gear.
particular
Landing
circumstance.
gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
But I do
Landing
know
gear.
exactly what you're
Landing
talking
gear.
about.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
What's that heading, guys?
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
To
Landing
Montrose, it's
Landing gear.
to Montrose,
Landing
it's
Landing gear.
218.
Landing gear.
Where are
Landing
we?
gear.
Oh, we're in
Landing
Aspen,
gear.
like America,
Landing gear.
like Colorado
Landing gear.
type area.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
Yeah,
Landing gear. Landing gear.
Damn, surrounded by a
Landing
bunch
gear.
of Aussies, I
Landing
almost
gear.
wish that we were in
Landing
Australia.
gear.
'Cause I
Landing
kind of like
gear.
to learn something
Landing
new.
gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Or we
Landing gear.
fly everywhere.
Guess that's the point, right?
Initially, we were flying a lot of Australian events. We're just with the Japanese scenery. We decided to fly there for a little bit, and one of our fellow flyers wanted to show off Colorado, so that's why we're doing a few flights over here.
First of all, your Australian accent is amazing. Second of all, I hear that. I mean, that kind of makes sense to me.
Imagine if it looks like this now before they even come out with the American update. What would it look like after the update if it's this pretty right now?
Yeah, I don't know, because I'm from the East Coast in America. I wish I could, like, be a tour guide for you guys on the West Coast, but, I just don't have the knowledge, I'm sorry.
It's beautiful coming into Montrose. Really nice.
This is, the one thing I'll say is that, my limited knowledge of America is that, one of the coolest parts of this part of America is that this is like a serious mountain range, and so we're probably going over it.
Yeah, you have some more serious mountain ranges here than what we do. We've got
Really?
Our tallest mountain is more of a molehill.
I really wouldn't know, but
Yeah, I'm not sure.
4-2. What's your call sign in game? Did it change, or are you off to my left?
I'm off to your left, Blank OG.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't even. I'm kind of drunk, but like, I don't even know what it's called, if it has a name, but like it's called the West Coast Mountain Range of the United States. It's a serious fucking mountain range, like, no joke. As far as America goes. Yes, I believe you're correct. The Rockies, yes.
Yeah, driven over it.
Like white American girls, I prefer like foreign girls. So I, out of habit, I've had to learn like Celsius, centigrade, whatever you guys call it.
The only thing that felt strange for me anyway when we converted over to metric was the old 100 degrees Fahrenheit. You knew it was bloody well hot, and it took a while to get used to the equivalent in. Still don't know what the equivalent is in centigrade, but it's, I know if you get up around about 38 degrees centigrade, it's bloody hot, you know.
Yeah, it definitely gets super hot in Australia, but I mean, like, if off the top of my head, like, I would assume that 38 centigrade is like 112 Fahrenheit. I don't know. You probably don't know, but like, I do know it. It's kind of funny. I don't know. It's just, it's stupid. It really is. Like, but like at the same time, it's kind of weird. Like, I not that I am using this as an excuse, but like, you know, I was born with Fahrenheit, and like it does come more naturally to me, but I've gotten really good at converting it like automatically. I also lived in Italy, so that helped.
I don't even convert anymore.
What's that?
I don't even bother converting now. I just, if it's 1.5 meters, it's 1.5 meters. I don't try and think of it as in yards and feet.
Yeah, I guess you could say I'm not your typical American too. Like I'm deeply involved in like certain sciences and like scuba diving and shit like that, and it's like once you start realizing that it's not like, I don't know, like an atmosphere is, I guess it's 33 feet, but like, what is that, like 30, what is an atmosphere in metric? 39 or something?
No idea.
How many fathoms is that?
I think fathoms is a little different than what I'm used to, but
Would be 20,000 leagues under the sea.
it's a good movie, I guess. It actually is, though.
Units 10 just makes sense.
Oh yeah, I mean metric makes like a ton more sense than, I'm not arguing with you. I think it makes perfect sense. Like, it's actually really cool, like, metric system. That's why I try to use it. But the thing is like, I'll use the metric system around other more like, for lack of a better word, stupid Americans. and like you'll just get weird looks. You know what I mean?
It was a bad day in the UK when they gave up chains.
Say that again.
I say it was a bad day in the UK when we gave up the length of the chain.
I can't even understand you. I'm sorry, dude.
A chain. You're talking about that's a very, very old unit of measure. Links and
22
chains.
feet.
Oh, I thought you were saying train, like the way of transporting people. A chain? Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, it
I'll
was
just be
22
honest.
feet.
I'm not familiar with that unit of measurement. I'm sorry.
We learnt that at school. Mind you, that was the dark ages.
I'm sorry, you've left me speechless. I don't know what to
Can you
say.
imagine trying to program a computer in chains?
How about a furlong or a rod or roods or
how about
a cubit?
You know, like how about I know a cubit. That's the length of your from your elbow to the end of your hand, and I like to joke about that unit of measurement. But another one I was gonna joke about is a fortnight. Nothing?
No, fortnight, 2 weeks.
Yeah, I always have to look it up, you know? Like, I just don't know.
I always find it easy to measure 12 inches.
Is that the length of your dick, or? That was actually a very mild compliment. This is a compliment. What blows my mind is that I don't know much about Australia because I've never been there. I've only been to England for a few days, but apparently in England they like kind of still use gallons and miles per hour, right?
Of course they do. Not the American gallons though.
Right. I understand that. Like from my motorcycle, like the gallons can be different, right? Like.
That's right. Yeah. We're
It can be like,
gallons.
yeah, it can be like 1.2 gallons to the U.S. gallon or something, right?
Something like that. Very confusing.
It's so confusing. It's
not to
honestly,
mention knots versus kilometers per hour. Like, come on.
What do you call it? Marks? Marks or mics?
No,
I
knots.
guess marks. Oh, knots. Yeah.
Knots, yeah.
Well, knots are legitimate. Somebody was asking about this the other night. Yeah, no, knots are legitimate in boating and aviation, and there is a reason behind it.
In Australia, we 100% use knots.
But not in a car, for example. What are you doing?
Well, no shit. Neither would you in America.
No, what are you doing in your aircraft going the wrong way?
I'm paused.
Okay. Somebody was asking about it last night, though. You just have to look up knots and why they make sense. Because the last time I did, I was like, oh, okay. I'm used to knots, though. Just the conversion. Because in America, we use miles per hour, and 1 knot is 1.2 miles per hour. And that doesn't make it make sense, but, like, there's a legitimate reason why they use knots.
Explain it to me. Does anyone know why they use?
Yeah, 1 knot is 1.8 kilometers.
Well, I can tell you one nautical mile is actually 1 minute of arc at the equator.
Yes,
You know that?
yes. This guy knows what he's talking about. Continue. That is the reason.
Yeah,
and nobody really understands that. And really it comes down to charting. Like if you're using a traditional chart, like if you're in the Navy or something like that, that is, this guy is 100% correct. That is the reason. Honestly, somebody asked me last night, and I told them to just go look it up. But that's why. Can you further explain it though? Because it has to do with like the longitude and latitude, right?
Yeah, it's one minute of arc. If you know, like, a degree's got 60 minutes.
Yep.
Well, if you put one of those minutes on the Earth's surface at the equator, it's exactly 1 nautical mile.
Landing gear.
This guy 100% knows what he's talking about. not that I do, but I can confirm that this guy is telling the fucking truth. Because I'll be honest, I don't fully understand it, but that is definitely the reasoning. So it has a lot to do with navigation, basically, and more importantly, hand navigation, like when you charting, like I was starting to say, like charting it out yourself. Do you have any more
reason to keep it like that?
Do you have any more knowledge to drop on that? Because I don't know anything, so I'd be really, I don't know, I'd be curious.
That's the different. Well, I'm a qualified navigator, so I know.
No, I know you're.
I'm saying
you're. I'm saying you're right. I'm just curious if you could just like educate us more.
Well, anything I just gave the definition of that. I could rave on about navigation all night, but it'd be pretty boring.
No, I don't think I'd be bored, to be honest. I don't know. Does anybody have any questions for him? This guy's an expert.
Silence.
Kind of silence.
Well, no, I mean it's extremely hard to understand in the first place, but I know for a fact that this guy knows what he's talking about. I know enough about it to say that, and that's all I have to say about that.
but all these measurements were arbitrary, right? Minutes.
So, can you break it down for us, Wozy? I understand it has something to do with you said 60 minutes, but say 10 degrees of latitude when you go across it. How does that translate?
10 degrees of latitude, well, that'd be 600 nautical miles, wouldn't it, at the equator?
Okay, so can you break that down for me? Because I really don't understand. So because it seems like simple math, 60 minutes or whatever. So all right, so I guess a simpler question is 10 degrees of crossing across latitude, is that 60 minutes? Is that what you're saying, or?
1 degree would be 60 minutes. So if you go 10 degrees, you're going 600 minutes. But then I'll have to just double check whether it's longitude or latitude. It's one or the other. It's not both.
Really?
That's
fascinating. Yeah, I assumed it was just the same up and down. Okay, that's
yeah,
good
it
to
might
know.
be slightly different because the Earth is not perfectly round.
Huh.
But I'll just have to check to see if it's longitude or latitude. It's been quite a few years since I got qualified, so
okay.
I know it's one or the other.
It's good to know that it's not both.
I think it's longitude because longitude was a big. Yeah, longitude was a big deal, and that's why every ship originally had to have a clock on it, because they could never measure their longitude. They had to use the time. Is that the only way they could measure it? They could work their latitude from the sun, but they had to. Where every ship had to have an accurate clock on board. That was part of the Royal Navy's rules.
Fucking wild, dude. Seriously, that's insane to me. It's insane to me to think about how early naval navigation used to work.
I love all the old Navy things so cold freeze the balls off a brass monkey, like the old Navy term, because they used to have the brass balls there, and the container that held the cannonballs on the deck was made of brass, and if it got so cold, it would freeze it, and then the balls would, get smaller, and they could fall through the thing that was called a monkey.
I thought I thought that was a joke at the beginning, but it sounds like you're being serious.
He is being serious, and all until I found that myself. I used to always envisage this poor little monkey freezing his tits off, losing his nuts,
Hey, that guy's joking.
No, it's true.
The best one is the sun's over the yardarm. It's time to open the bottle.
Well, it's weird for me because I'm only 31 years old. I probably started boating when I was about 13 years old or something. And I don't know. Like the only way I know navigation is digitally on a computer. You know what I mean? And like, so to even like conceive the way that navigation used to be on much larger vessels is just fascinating to me.
No, I remember my father teaching me how to navigate with an old sextant. He
That's
bought, for
crazy. That's
my,
crazy.
for my 18th birthday, he bought me a 23 foot hood yacht, and that's where I learned everything. It was great.
Landing gear.
It's awesome. But
Landing
how old were you,
Landing
and when
gear.
was this?
Landing gear.
I was.
Landing
This is
gear.
back in the 80s.
Landing gear.
And how old were you?
Landing gear. Landing gear.
Well, he bought me a boat when I was 18. Well, I worked.
Damn, dude,
yeah.
that's a cool ass dad. I wish my dad. Actually, my dad bought me a dad. It didn't go too well, or bought me a boat. Didn't go too well.
But back in those days, I had the choice he would buy me a second-hand car or a boat, and I went for the boat. All my mates got cars. I got a boat, and I loved it.
Dude.
I lived on it. Yeah, it was great. Mind you, back in those days, it wasn't that expensive. Not like now.
Yeah, you know what pissed me off? It didn't piss me off. It just disappointed me. Is when we had a 25. I'm sure nobody's in here has ever heard of the make contender, but we had a 25-foot, 28 overall contender, and my dad sold it to this dude for like stupid money, like below $20,000, and like I was just like, Dad, like, come on, why wouldn't you just give that to me? Like we could have kept
Maybe he
that.
needed the $20,000 himself.
Yeah, but if you knew how much like money my dad makes and how much he has, like, it wasn't the brightest decision in the world. I don't know. I'm sure there were more factors to it than that, like my lack of responsibility, but still. Because that was a great boat, to be honest. But you're not wrong.
What was the name of that add-on again? Ad linker, is that right?
What was
Add-on
that?
linker, I think it's called. Ken has it. Just Ken will give you a link to it.
Roger.
It is fantastic. It saved my life. It's the best thing I've found. It basically does what SimStarter does, but in Microsoft.
You should join Fleet, Paul, and then you can download it, mate.
Too much on at the moment.
Stunned silence. No, but there's so much freeware out there.
So I understand. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that we were talking earlier about how the freeware community has just risen to the occasion.
Dog shit.
No. They're making some really cool stuff.
Like not aircraft though, right?
They've been doing upgrades to aircraft.
What's that? Say that again. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We've got upgrades to, I think.
Yeah, I agree with that, but like some of the aircraft, like the fighter jets, for example, they're just dog shit in my opinion. I wish they were better, but they just don't work. Like, in my opinion, feel free to disagree, but in my opinion, like, the modded aircrafts are just like, I don't even see the point anymore, because like, it's funny, like, if somebody has the same mod pack and they can see you like zoom past you or something, you know, but like, for the most part, they just don't work, period.
You got a couple. Put one in the caravan. Just gave it just enough power.
See, I think
it flies like a champion. Now it's
no. I think
like
we're talking about two different things. I'm talking about just like aircraft in general. So like an F-22 or something like that. They're just kind of stupid. But like what you're talking about, I think, like you're actually right. Like the A320neo, like that stuff's apparently pretty legit, right?
Yeah, but plus a whole heap of airports that probably would never get done commercially because there wouldn't be enough money in it for them. But
Yeah.
together in packs, they make a lot of sense.
No, I agree with that too. I haven't really experimented with it too much, but I have it downloaded like every single airport, and that I completely believe. I'm just saying.
I spend way too much time messing around playing with airports and making airports. Probably more than I'm flying at the moment.
Really? Oh, thanks, man.
They're nothing sensational, but I just get a kick out of it. You know?
No, it's awesome though. I'm just saying, like, people that, you know, you make it better for everybody else, so thanks. But yeah, the aircraft suck. And I haven't actually messed around too much. The A320 definitely seems pretty sweet, like the upgrade to the A320 Neo or whatever the heck it is. But honestly, it's kind of stupid because I haven't checked them out, but I did download them. Like there was a package that I downloaded that was like the Disneyland in Paris, for example, and I haven't checked it out at all yet. But that would probably be pretty cool. The what? With the mod pack or without? Oh yeah, I'm saying that I downloaded a modification package, and I haven't even bothered to like check it out. But so I guess that makes sense. That shit like without it. Yeah, one of the most disappointing parts for me of this is just that none of the jetliners are all that good, you know?
But the strength of this sim is VFR, right? I mean, it's got the scenery, so take advantage of it. And,
yeah, no, I mean, I'm not here to. I'm not here to come.
By the time you've discovered, you know, enough good stuff in VFR, they'll have fixed all those jets.
Oh, agreed. Like, way too many people complain way too much about it. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't want to complain about this game because like it's freaking awesome. Like, what you get for the money, like it's pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, they also said that they wanted to leave the study level nature of that sort of aircraft to the people that have been doing it for many years.
The third party developers.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah, because they just want to basically give enough functionality to give people a taste for what the aircraft do. They've got a fabulous platform with all sorts of functionality, which they're still obviously working on. But you know, as we start to get more and more developers introducing better aircraft, better add-ons, that sort of stuff, you know, it's got great foundations, and that's what it's all about, really. At the end of the day, it's just going to take a while for all that to happen, as the other sims had to experience as well.
Yeah, and see, like you're talking to somebody that, like, I barely know what I'm talking about. I really do, and like, this is really the first simulator I've ever gotten into, so I completely, I believe you, and like, that's kind of cool actually. Like, one of the coolest parts about this is just the way that they accept like the third party developers, I guess. Say that again. You said they didn't have a choice, or? True. Yeah, I wasn't. Again, this is like really the first sim I've gotten into, so like, I get your point, and I agree with it. But I didn't really know that. I don't know. The video games that I'm used to playing, I'm not used to that being like an accepted thing by the developers, I guess. But yeah, I'm overjoyed by it. Obviously, like, it's fucking awesome. Like, Oh yeah, I'm sure they'll have that too, right? Yeah, but so far the third-party stuff sucks. I'm hoping that there's gonna be some third-party add-ons that won't be dog shit, in my opinion. Every aircraft that's third-party sucks. Which is like, that's fine with me, but like, because I'm assuming that like people that actually know what they're doing are gonna like further fix it, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? I also don't know what you're just talking about. You said the Mooney. Yeah, I'm not familiar with it. Oh, okay. Is that like kind of like on par with a Sobo, or? Yeah, I haven't purchased any. All I did was got a I bought the standard edition, got a refund, and then I bought the premium deluxe. So I haven't actually purchased anything. I've downloaded my favorite website is MSFS2020.org, and I've downloaded a couple of things from there. Actually, to be fair, I've downloaded almost everything from there.
Need to try some of these third-party add-ons, and then you can make legitimate comments about them.
I mean, if you wouldn't mind, maybe you could like direct message me some of the links for them, because I guess I just don't know enough about it. Like, this is my first real simulator that I've taken seriously, so I really don't know what I'm doing. But MSFSaddons.org, like, mainly I use it for, like, what I actually use in game is just liveries. Or to just, like, be funny and, like, flow a Boeing 797.
Hey guys, this is AQ Rook. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, mate, 5x5.